All right, guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm going to record this class. I want to build up as many recordings as I can for you guys, just, for when baby comes. But regardless, this is a 45-minute yoga flow class. I'm looking forward to it because we're really going to focus on strengthening the low back with poses like upward facing dog, but we're also going to focus on releasing the low back with a few extra low lunges, some forward folds, and some hip work to kind of get into that really tight low back area. So whether you are a biker or a runner, or you sit a lot, or you sit at a desk at work, or just in general, you have a tight hip, low back area, or you ever feel any pain there, this class will be really good for you. So I'm looking forward to practicing together, and we're going to start in a child's pose. So when you guys are ready, hop on the mat, spread your knees nice and wide, sit your booty back on your heels, and stretch your arms forward. Start to soften your forehead to the mat. Good. And gently roll your forehead side to side a couple of times. This will feel particularly good if you're on a wooden floor or harder floor, because the floor will actually give your head a little massage. Just starting to remove some tension from the body. And then come to stillness. Let your forehead rest. Let your palms rest. Let your chest and let your hips rest. Kind of softening everything towards the mat. In child's pose, as you guys know, is a pose you can always come to if you're feeling overwhelmed or out of breath. Or, sometimes we just need a minute. And if you just need a minute in child's pose, please never hesitate to take it. Part of the practice of yoga is learning to listen to your body. And that means listening when maybe you need to back off a little bit too. Close off your lips and start to breathe in and out through your nose. Good. Keep that breath going. I'm going to remind you about it all class, but the way we want to breathe is to make a little constriction at the back of our throat, almost like you're trying to narrow your breathing passageway to that of a straw. And then to breathe in through your nose and to breathe out just the same way. You might hear kind of an ocean wave-like quality of your breath. Child's pose itself is a really good pose to release the low back. Be here for one more breath. Good. And then gently bring your hands one at a time under your shoulders, flat palms. Press your head off the mat and make your way to a table. Good. Stack your shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Hug your belly in, knees right underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide. Make sure you can see mat between each finger webbing. Good. And find this rotation of the triceps. Try to rotate your triceps, really tucking them behind your biceps. And you'll notice the inner corners of your elbows almost start to look forward. So kind of practice that. Really rotate the triceps behind the biceps. Good. Find that action. Good. And then let's take a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, drop your belly towards the mat. Look up. Maybe come onto your toes to get a little stretch in your feet. Exhale, round your back and tuck your chin. Good. Inhale, drop your belly. Look up. Exhale, round your back. Tuck your chin. Good. Keep moving through cat and cow. We'll take a few more rounds on your own pace. With every inhale, expanding, and with every exhale, stretching and finding that really nice stretch in the upper back. It's not a stretch we often get. Beautiful. Let's say 2 more rounds. Keep the engagement of the hands and the feet. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Meet me back in your neutral table. Reset your hands if you need to. Turn up onto your toes. And when you're ready, press into the second knuckles of your hands. Press into your toes, downward facing dog. Lift the butt. Find your stance in a nice upside down V shape. If you feel like your stance is too wide, like you're really struggling in the shoulders to stay balanced, it's probably too wide. So walk your feet towards your hands. I'd rather see you with a shorter down dog stance that's more comfortable, where you're able to really melt your heart towards the thighs than to feel like you're struggling the whole time. So we really want like a nice upside down V or a triangle. Good, and then down dog, you always have the opportunity to bend your knees. That will relieve pressure from the low back. And since this is our first down dog, it might feel good to bend the knees. And if you've never tried it, try it. Melt your belly and your heart towards the front of your thighs. And then gradually you'll be able to start to straighten those legs. Good. Inhale your right leg to hip height. Press through the right heel. Press your fingertips away from you. Soften the left heel down. Draw the right foot between your hands. Drop your left knee. Take a low lunge. Start by bringing your hands to your thigh. Interlace them right on top of your thigh. Good. Right knee over right ankle. Sink into that left hip. We're really going to work through these hips to help release the low back today. Soften the shoulders down. Good. When you're ready, sweep the arms to the sky. Reach your fingertips up, gaze up. Find some opening across your heart. Maybe you're already starting to feel better than when you got on your mat. That's the whole purpose for me, is to help you feel better than when you arrived. On your next exhale, frame your right foot with your hands. Straighten the right leg. Walk your hands back in line with your calf. Flex the toes towards your face for a runner stretch. Soften your belly and your chest, trying to nestle them towards the right leg. Soften your forehead towards your right shin. Just using your hands to balance. Keep drawing your right hip back. Keep flexing the right toes to your face. Isolating the back with the right leg right here. Beautiful. And you know, yoga is not just about taking one class and then all of a sudden you're a pretzel and every single trauma you hold in your body is gone, although that would be nice. But it's about the slow unraveling of muscles, ligaments, and kind of broken pathways we have in our body. So really being patient with yourself through this unraveling process. Walk back to a low lunge. Sweep the arms high. If you'd like this time, bring your arms to goalpost arms. Take a gentle back bend here. Opening from shoulder point to shoulder point. Press your sternum forward. Hug your belly and hug your inner thighs in for stability. Squeeze them towards each other. Press into the right foot. Press into the top of the left foot. Beautiful. And then slowly release both hands to the floor. Walk your right foot to the right. We're going to come into lizard. Before we fold any further forward, tent your fingers or place them flat on the mat and gently scooch that left knee back, maybe half an inch. And then when you're ready, lower onto your forearms or yoga blocks. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Roll the right thigh and knee to the right. And you can stay resting on your forearms or bring the left hand parallel to the top of your mat and bring your right hand to your right thigh, gently pressing the right leg to the right. Get a deeper stretch here. Really important to breathe. We are warming up. So your hips might feel tight right now. They'll feel very different now than they will in pigeon later. Either way, let's breathe through this. Relax your jaw and your face. I'm happy that we're here together practicing. Try your best to stay present. Good. And And then slowly release both palms to the floor. Press your heart away from the mat. Draw the right knee back and around to a table. And then find a high plank. Pause here. Press into your hands to find lift through the upper back, the space between your shoulder blades. Good. And just gently rock back and forth in your high plank. Forward and back. Really moving the toes. Forward, pitching the shoulders over the hands, and back. Couple more times. Forward, back. This is the same action when we lower for chaturanga. We roll forward, the shoulders come over the fingertips, and back. One more time. Forward, and back. Downward facing dog. Finding the breath. Inhale the left leg to hip height. Press through the left heel and soften the right heel. Draw the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee. Low lunge. Interlace your hands on the left thigh. Left knee over left ankle. Square your ribs, your chest, and your body to the top of your mat. Stable left leg. Press into the left foot. Just find a little lift from your belly off of your left hip. If you're sinking in or crunching into that left hip, really press the left foot away from you. Press the palms of your hands into your thigh to find a little distance from your belly to your hip. It might not be so visible with me because I have a baby in this belly, but try to find a little bit of distance. When you're ready, sweep your arms to the sky. Beautiful. Reach up, look up. Finding stability by pressing into the right knee and the top of your right foot and the bottom of your left foot. Slowly lower both hands to the floor, straighten the left leg, walk your hands in line with your calf. Flex your toes to your face, soften your belly and your chest towards the left thigh, soften your forehead to your shin, and flex your left toes towards your face. That will keep the engagement in the back of your left leg. If you're not breathing, start breathing, check in. Walk back to a low lunge. Sweep high. Sinking into the right hip. And if you're ready, goalpost arms. Take a little heart opener here. Press, and with heart openers or back bends, however you want to say it, I like more heart openers. It's not about really bending the back, it's about opening the front side of your body. So when you're doing those to protect your low back, number one, you can always bring your hands to your low back, or think about it as pressing your chest, your ribs, your belly, your heart forward versus bending back. And when you press forward, you're still going to get that action of a back bend, but what's more important is that you're opening the whole front side of your body. Slowly release both hands to the inside of the left foot. Walk the left foot to the left edge of your mat. Good. Gently scooch the right knee back an inch, maybe half an inch, just to get a deeper stretch in the front of your right hip. And lower onto your forearms for lizard. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Gently rolling the left knee to the left. And again, if you'd like, stay right here or bring the right hand parallel to the top of your mat. Press your left hand to your left thigh. Rotate your chest and your ribs to the sky. Lizard. We will flow, don't worry. And sometimes our flow is a little slower, right? This feels good. Be okay with that. You will get a good sweat. You'll do good things for your body today, I promise. You already are. Good. And bring both palms flat to the floor. Press your chest away from you. Bring the left knee in line with the right to table. And then step back to a high plank. Body stiff as a board. Drop the belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Good. And we'll take a couple more rocks. Rock forward and back. Really moving in the toes. Rock forward and back. One more time. Rock forward and back. Downward facing dog. Softening the heels to the mat. Inhale, look forward. Giant steps to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Gaze is down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Gaze at the fingertips. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Beautiful. Option to drop your knees or lower from here, halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Pause here. Hug your elbows in, relax your butt. Draw the top of your head towards your booty. Pull your belly button in, lift your hips, downward facing dog. One more breath. Inhale, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, sweep high. Let's do one more. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Release your hands and your head. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Good, lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Press into the second knuckles of your fingers, stretching the fingertips away from your shoulders. Soften your heels to the mat. This is how we start to open up the body. One more breath. Inhale, look forward. Step or softly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet to touch. Sit down in your chair. Now, super important in your chair, you can stretch your arms to the sky, which we always do, but before we go there, bring your thumbs right to those like little spots in your back and press forward, drawing your tailbone forward towards your pelvic floor. You should feel a nice flat low back. If you feel an extra curve, that's gonna really damage and stress your low back. So press into those dots as you draw the tailbone forward. Good. Then keep sitting down with a nice flat back. And when you're ready, reach your arms back up to the sky. Good. Keep sitting. Shoulders are in a nice alignment with your hips. Keep drawing the tailbone forward. And fold on your next exhale. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step to a high plank. Maybe hold the left or right leg in the air, whichever one you step back last. Lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Relax your booty. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Gently bend the knee and open the hip. Keep both shoulders square, so press back into that right hand. If you find that it's lifting or your right shoulder's kind of flopping open, press back in. Good. And then draw the right foot all the way forward. Spin the back foot down. Warrior one. Sweep your arms high, press your palms together above your head. Straight, strong arms. Cross your thumbs. Gaze up. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Sink into the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, fold. High plank. Or you can skip it and meet us in down dog. Lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. And again, square the shoulders. Press into the left hand. Soften the right heel down. Beautiful. And then draw the left foot all the way forward. Spin the back foot down. Warrior one. Sweep the arms high. Press the palms together above your head. Gaze up. Press to the outer edge of the right foot and sink into the left leg. 90 degrees. One more breath. Stretch the fingertips to the sky. Strong arms, straight arms. And fold. High plank or skip it. Lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Settle in. Steady your breath. Find that same action in down dog as you practice in table of wrapping your triceps around your biceps. So the inner elbows in down dog, they won't be looking forward, but the inner corners of your elbows will be looking at each other. Good, inhale, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find flat back. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your big toes to touch and sit down in your chair. Again, sweep the arms high if you need to check in again, bringing your hands to those dots. Right at your low back, press the tailbone forward, finding a nice flat low back. Good. Reach your fingertips away from you. I'd rather you sit down, not sit down as low, and have the correct form than to sit down really, really low and stick your booty out. We don't want that. Scoop the tailbone forward. Good. Holding in your chair. Good. From here, bring your hands to prayer. Twist to the right. I can't do this twist because I'm pregnant, but I'm going to talk you through it, and I'll take an open twist. Hooking your left elbow, your left forearm outside of your right thigh. Or you can take an open twist, bringing your left hand to the floor, sweeping the right arm to the sky. Sit down in your chair. Beautiful. Twists are so good. They're detoxifying. They wring out any crap left in your system. They squeeze your internal organs. Come back to chair. Sweep high. Hands to prayer. Twist to the left, taking your right forearm outside of your left thigh. Or take this as an open twist, reaching your right hand to the floor and your left to the sky. And fold forward. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands, high plank. Lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. And if you'd like, flip your dog. Let the right foot fall. Open, open, open. Turn your feet parallel. Press your thighs, your belly, and your heart to the sky. Reach the right arm up or to the front of the room. Maybe coming to a wheel if that's in your practice. If it's not, that's great too. Good. Come back around. Plant the right hand. Warrior one. Step the right foot forward. Spin the back foot down. Sweep high. Press the palms together above your head. Sink into the right leg. Steady your breath. Press through the outer edge of your left foot. And as you do, draw the left hip towards the inner right thigh. Beautiful. Open to warrior two. Gaze over the right middle finger. Sink into the right leg. Soften your shoulders. You're doing great. And then straighten your front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Step the back foot in halfway. Good. Keep the hands on the hips. Turn the hips square to the top of your mat. Left toes facing about 11 o'clock. Good. When you're ready, inhale. Press into your low back. Press your belly and your heart forward. Gently tip your head back. Forehead to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, pyramid. Release your hands to the floor. Soften your forehead to your right shin. Similar action to our runner stretch that we did at the beginning, trying to lay your belly and your heart on top of the right thigh to fold with a straight spine, drawing the top of your head towards your toes. Keep drawing your right hip back. And then walk your hands forward, lift the left leg to the sky, standing split. And once you lift the left leg, you can walk your hands back in line with the right foot, maybe wrapping one hand around your ankle or both hands around your ankle. Slowly release the left foot to meet the right and sit down in your chair. Good, scoop the tailbone forward, hands to prayer, twist to your right, hooking your left tricep around your right thigh or taking an open twist, reaching your left hand to the floor and your right arm to the sky. I'm using a yoga block for support here. Inhale, back to chair. Hands to prayer, twist to the left, hooking the right tricep around your outer left thigh. Sit your booty down, draw the right knee back in line with the left. And fold forward, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step to a high plank. Let's do the other side. Lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. And if you'd like, flip your dog. Open, 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 turn your feet parallel. Press your thighs to the sky. Reach the left arm straight out of your shoulder socket or towards the front of your room. Drop your head back. Keep breathing, even when your breath is constricted. Keep lifting in the low back. This is part of the strength building of today. Come back around, plant your hands, warrior one. Spin your back heel down, sweep the arms high. Square your hips to the top of your mat. Gaze up, crossing just your thumbs. Strong arms. Strong breath. Warrior two. Cartwheel the arms open. Gaze over your left middle finger. Tailbone down. Tuck it down. Protect the low back. Spreading the feet flat on the floor. Sinking into the left leg. 90 degrees. Soften your shoulders. One more breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring your hands to your hips, step your back foot in halfway. Good. Right toes facing about 1, 2, or 3 o'clock even. Square your ribs and your chest. Inhale, press your hands into your low back, press your belly and your heart forward, drop your head back. Exhale, fold forward into your pyramid, releasing your hands to the floor or to yoga blocks if you have them or need them. Soften your belly, your chest, then your forehead towards your left leg. Drawing the top of your head towards the left toes. Keep drawing your left hip back. Try to hold the square hips. Beautiful. If you have blocks, remove them. Releasing both hands to the floor. Walk your hands forward slightly as you lift the left leg to the sky. Draw your forehead towards your left shin. Walk your hands gently back in line with the left foot. Maybe wrapping one hand around your ankle or calf, maybe both. Maybe neither. Lift, lift, lift that right leg a little bit higher. Release the right foot to the floor. Sit down in your chair. Scoop the tailbone forward. Sit all the way down, find a boat pose. Resting on the cushy part of your booty, squeeze your legs together, reach your fingertips forward. Good. And you can always hold on right behind your thighs or bring your hands tented alongside your hips. Find opening across your chest. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Cross your ankles, plant your hands, hop to a high plank as gracefully as you can. One more time, let's take some of those rocks back and forth, rolling forward, rolling back. Drop the booty, forward and back. Rolling forward, back. Let's do one more. Rolling forward, back, right into down dog. Press your hands away from you, soften the heels down. Keep lifting the sitting bones towards the sky. Keep softening the heels towards the floor. Inhale, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, walk your feet to hip width apart, grab opposite elbow, take a rag doll. Let your head, your chest hang. Roll weight into your toes. We often tend to dump into the heels. We really want to hold with straight alignment. So pressing into your toes, the ball mounds of your feet and your heels. Soften your forehead down towards the space between your thighs and soften the top of your head towards the floor. Letting the weight of your arms and your head draw a really nice stretch up the entire back. Release your hands, heel toe your feet to touch. Roll all the way up to stand. Sweep your arms high. And then release your hands by your sides, Tadasana. Tailbone down, belly in. Gaze forward, chin parallel to the mat. Draw your right knee to hip height, flexing your toes. Keep your palms nice and open. And then bring your hands to prayer. When you're ready, start to tip your chest forward and kick your right leg back. Open your arms to a T for airplane. Gaze is down, right toes facing down. Ignite the back of your right thigh. Good. And in one big motion, release the left hand to the floor. Sweep the right arm to the sky, half moon. Stack, drawing that right hip on top of your left. Stack the right hip on top. Reach the right arm towards the sky. Press through the right heel. Beautiful. Standing split, release the right hand to the floor. Lift the right leg to the sky. Release the right foot. Roll all the way up to stand. Tadasana. Hands by your sides, palms open, tailbone down, gaze straight ahead. And then bring your hands to prayer. Draw the left knee up to hip height. Flex the left foot. Playing with our balance a little bit here. Soften the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back. And when you're ready, tip the chest and the heart forward, kick the left leg back, toes facing down, hands in prayer at heart center. Beautiful. Find equal weight in that right foot. Good. And then bring your arms to a T for airplane. Or you can keep them in prayer, that's totally fine too. Keep squaring that left hip. And in one big motion, right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. Stack your left hip on top of your right for half moon. Left hip stacks on top of the right. Left shoulder stacks on top of the right. Reach the left fingertips away from you. Put a micro bend in the right leg, especially if you're feeling wobbly. Strengthening the low back here. And then fold forward, lift the left leg to the sky, standing split. Release the left foot to meet the right, sit down in your chair. Scoop the tailbone forward. Reach your fingertips away from you. Sit down, down, down. Bolt. One more time. Last time. Squeeze the thighs together. Reach the fingertips away from you. Open your heart. And then cross your ankles, plant your hands, hop to a high plank. Lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky. And draw your right knee towards your right wrist for pigeon. Releasing your right shin to the floor, drop your left knee. Tend your fingers, scooch the left knee back. And try to scooch the right foot forward. Most important is that you keep your hips square to the top of your mat. When you're ready, fold forward onto your forearms, or you can soften your forehead all the way to the mat and stretch your arms all the way out long. Pigeon, working into the hips to release in the low back. Close your eyes, avoid making a to-do list. Can you be here? Slowly start to walk your hands back towards the right shin. Good. 10 your fingers, turn up onto the left ball mound of your foot. Scooch that knee back forward. Good. And then press into the left foot to lift the left knee. Step to a high plank. That action is so important in protecting the left hip. Good. Downward facing dog. Soften the heels. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Draw the left knee forward towards your left wrist. Release your shin to the floor. Drop your right knee down. Gently scooch the right knee back to find more opening in the front of your right hip. Try to scooch the left leg forward a little bit. Technically in pigeon, your shin should be parallel to the top of the mat. Mine is not. It's okay if yours is not. But we do want to find that action of scooching the left foot forward. Square your hips and your ribs. And when you're ready, soften to the floor, lowering your forearms to the mat or to a folded blanket or a block. And if you'd like, you can lower your forehead all the way to the mat, stretching your arms out long. Really good time for some deep breaths. Really good time to reset. Not a really good time for a to-do list. Slowly start to walk your hands towards your left shin. Press your heart away from you and sit down onto your left butt cheek. Draw the right leg forward. Stretching both legs forward. Draw your hips back under your shoulders. You can rock from side to side as you pull the fleshy part of your cheeks away from you. Just stretch your legs forward. They can be squeezed tight together or hip width apart. Bring your hands, tented fingers alongside your hips. Draw your shoulders down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. long from the sitting bones all the way up to the top of your head. Good, staff pose, flexing the feet towards your face, building some back strength. Good, then one at a time, draw your heels to the floor, nice wide shape. So not as wide as your mat, but at least hip width apart. So heels to the floor. Good, scoot your hips back under your shoulders a little bit if you're feeling like your butt's sliding forward. Good. Bring your hands right to the space right behind your thighs. Press your belly and your heart forward, drop your shoulders. And from here, slowly walk your hands forward, taking a forward fold, holding on to the outer edges of your feet. We're folding with bent knees. Rest your forearms on your calves, on your shins, and fold forward. Drawing your forehead towards your belly, drawing the top of your head towards the floor. We're finding a little rounding in the low back here to give it a nice stretch. And if you want more, you can walk your heels forward a little bit more. Some long exhales will serve you well. Slowly roll all the way up. Stretch the left leg out long. Draw the right foot in. Take hold of the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand and hold on to the outer right thigh with your right. Gently cradle the leg back and forth, keeping your left foot stable by pressing the left heel into the floor. Getting some nice action here in the low back and the hip flexors by cradling. Good. And then release the inside of the right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Pull the fleshy part of your left butt cheek away from your actual sitting bone. Square your ribs and your chest to the left leg and fold forward over the left leg. One of my favorite ending sequences, that cradling and this really nice forward fold, because even after all the work you've done, the back of your left thigh can certainly still feel tight. So this is a really great stretch to isolate the left leg, and obviously we'll do the other side to even things out. Soften your belly, your chest, then your forehead, trying to fold with a nice straight spine. Soften your right knee down, no need to touch it, don't push it down. Just try and soften it down to relax in the low back and the outer right glute. And walk your hands up. Stretch the right leg forward, flex the foot. That's our stability leg right now. Draw the left knee in, take hold of the foot and right outside the knee or thigh and cradle the leg, left to right. Keep flexing the right toes towards your face. Keep pressing the heel into the floor. Sitting with a straight spine. If you find yourself ever hunching like a gargoyle, that's on you to find length through the tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. So important, and we're always trying to lower our shoulders away from our earlobes. Good. Release the left foot to the inside of the right leg and fold over the right leg. Soften your belly, your ribs, your chest, then your head. Like you're closing a V that's on its side. When you're ready, walk your hands up your legs, stretch both legs forward, make your way onto your backs. Take a happy baby pose. You can hold on to the outer edges of your feet, or you can hold on to your calves or your shins. Most important, I want you really here to press your whole low back into the mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, side out. And when you're ready, stretch your legs out long, let your feet splay open. Shavasana. We'll take the next minute here to rest. You certainly earned it.